Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of Talking Bullion. I've got some more constitutional silver here. You can see I was able to hook up with my local resource here recently. Was able to get another fantastic deal on quite a bit. So this is one of our bigger purchases, but again, getting it for such a great price. It really is a tough decision and very hard to say no because the spot continues up around the $17 mark, up and down, high 17s, a little bit below 17 recently. Right now today it's 17, I don't know, I think last I looked around 17.20 or so. Kind of hate to put the spot price in there because it kind of dates the video, and a lot of times I don't get a chance to put these videos out for a few weeks after I record them. It just depends on how busy I am and what other things I have in the queue. That's okay, so anyway, let's just say it's 17-ish. How's that sound? All right, so got some good stuff here, so why don't we go ahead and take a look. All right, so why don't we do a quick count here. We have $10, $20, $30, $40, $50. There's 2 dimes here, that's 60. Here's another roll of dimes, that's 65. And then this loose packet of stuff, there's $10 worth. There's $7 worth of halves, $2 worth of quarters, and $1 worth of Mercury dimes. So why don't we put this aside for now. We'll take a look at that here in a bit. And why don't we see what we have here. Now it looks like the halves are labeled. It says Walking Liberty and Franklin, so it's cool. I don't think the dimes are labeled, so they're probably Roosevelts, which are fine. And of course we know these are Washington quarters. So why don't we pull these down over here, twist these over here. I like to keep them all on the screen. And let's open up these halves. Let's go with the older ones first. Walking Liberties. As many of you know, the Walkers were in circulation before the Franklins, and the Franklins before the Kennedys. So as you can see here, we have some Kennedys over here. So we have all 3 Walkers, Franklins, and Kennedys. Before the Walkers were Barbers. I rarely get Barbers. Barbers have some nice premium, but they also have a lot of wear on them. So I don't tend to get a whole lot of Barbers because I just don't. I'm a stacker right now. I'd like to get stuff with, a little bit more silver in it, but these Walkers can certainly have some wear on them too. Actually, they all can, but these tend to have, a little less than what maybe the Barbers. And the thing is, if you're going to get the Barbers that don't have a lot of wear, you're going to pay a lot of money for them. So, all right, well, you can see, got the Walkers here. Probably pretty standard. I see 40s, 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 yeah. I think when he first started selling me this stuff, he gave me some a little bit better dates, but now it looks like he's been going through it, and I just get pretty common stuff. But you know what? At the price I'm paying, I have no complaints. Paying such a good price for the stuff that common stuff is perfectly fine with me. So let's go ahead and look at these Franklins. And really the only key date, or semi-key date in Franklin's is 1955. Let's go ahead and take a look at these. 52, 53. And again, these are all pretty standard looking. Frankies, 54. So we have some Walkers, we have some Franklins. That's $20 face. And let's do a quick little calculation here. $20 face is 14 ounces. A little more than 14 ounces, so 14.3 ounces. I could have done that in my head. 7.15 per $10. With constitutional silver with wear, for every $10 you have 7.15 ounces. So for $20 we'd have 14.30 ounces. So that's what we got there, a little over 14 ounces. Pretty cool, huh? Now let's take a look at some of these quarters. Looks like this wrapper is getting ready to split open on us. It's okay because we're just going to dump them out and put them in guardhouse box tubes. There we go. So this 1/4 has something on the edge. 1964. Alright, so let's take a look at the quarters here. Those all look pretty good. Not too bad at all. I don't see a single slick in there. So yeah, these quarters have some pretty good weight to them. Interesting to put them on a scale and see what they weigh. Let's look at this one. It's got a little coloration to it, a 1952. So you know what? Why don't we take a minute here to get out the scale? And I'm just kind of curious what these weigh. Let me turn down my light, see if it's got a little bright on us there. So it's going to take a little minute to pull this together. So just before I keep moving on and get these quarters mixed up, why don't we see how much these quarters weigh? And I need to tear it. I think you can see it. So you can't really see it. Let's see if I zoom in. It's a little closer. Can you see how it says? You can't see it. It says OZT down there in the next to numbers. So that's troy ounces. So I've got the scale set for troy ounces, but if we leave it right there, we can see the digital readout. So let me go ahead and put these 40 quarters back on the scale. So here's 10 of them. Let me get some more here. 4, 7, 9. Here is 10 more. All right. Let's get some more here. There's 3, 5, 7. There's 10 more. And let's go with 5. All right, here we go. So here is the 40 quarters. And as you can see it? Yep, they weigh 8.03 troy ounces. Now the thing is you have to realize that this is 90% silver, not 100%. So what we would do is we would take our calculator, we take 8.03 and we multiply it by 0.9, and that'll tell us how much silver is in there. So as you can see, that works out to 7.23. So there's actually more silver in here than what is calculated for the wear, which is 0.715 or 7.15 in this case because it's $10 worth. So 7.23, that's the actual measurement for BU quarters or any kind of BU constitutional silver. So if you want to calculate silver that has no wear, constitutional silver, use the formula of 0.7234. So this stuff is coming back as equivalent to BU quarters as far as the weight's concerned, and that is pretty fantastic. I really like that a lot. So yeah, that worked out pretty well, huh? And I noticed that they look pretty good, so yeah, we got ourselves a nice little, the calculation I pay for is 0.715, so I got a bonus in there with that. So, but on the other hand, if we were to take some of these, I'm going to touch the scale because it'll blink off on me. Let's take these walkers. 1, 2, there's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's half the walkers. Let's tear that out. Let's see if we can dig out the other half here real quick. There's 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And where's our other walker hiding at? It's in here somewhere. There it is, 10. So let's see what these weigh. These weigh I would expect to be closer to the, if not less than the 0.715, because these have quite a bit of wear on them. So here we've got a roll, $10 worth of walkers. They weigh 7.91 troy ounces. We're going to multiply that by 0.9. Those we get almost 7.15. So this is just barely less than the calculation that we used. I'm actually surprised they weighed that much. All right, as long as we got the scale out, well, let's do the Franklins. So the Walkers weighed 7.12. There's 6, 8, 10. Let's see what these Franklins weigh. I would have suspected the Franklins weigh a tiny bit more, because most Franklins don't have quite as much wear as the Walkers. But let's find out. We got one hiding out down there. So let's put the Franklins on there. Oh, well, those weigh quite a bit more than the Walkers. So now we're looking at 8.01. Let's get on the screen here. Times 0.9. So 7.21. So actually the Franklins are weighing more than the standard 7.15. So yeah, all added up together, we've got more silver already in these 3 rolls than what our calculation was for what we paid for. So this is true a lot with the silver I buy from this guy. He gives me good stuff. Very rarely do I get anything crappy from him. So that's pretty cool, huh? That's really awesome. Glad I got my scale out. I was kind of wondering about that. So, alright, so, I don't know, maybe before we make it a little bit easier on ourselves, and we'll put these back on the screen here. So we'll make it a little bit easier on ourselves and weigh this up. And we take it out of the roll before we throw it in the pile. Just going to make sure that's still at troy ounces, which it is. Get it so you guys can see it. Alright, so here's our next roll of quarters. And again, they look pretty good. Let's look at them. Oh yeah, see how shiny and clean those things are? Sorry. 1964 is a lot of them, so let's go ahead and I don't need to count them this time because I've got the whole roll right here. A couple more in that one. And 8.03, so we've got another good result here. One of our other ones were 8.03, so 8.03 times 0.9, yep, 7.23. So that again is the number I would use if I was calculating BU coins. So wow, the weight on these things are coming back as BU. Now my calculator only goes 2 digits deep, so that's why we're not seeing the further, like the 0.234, because that calculator one does 2 decimal points. Alright, pretty cool, huh? So let's keep that on the screen. Let's do this third roll of quarters. Let's see where we're at with those. Alright, looks like a good roll. Let's look at some of them. Well, it looks like we got a little bit slickier there. Not bad, but yeah, so let's go ahead and put these on the scale. Let's see where these come out. These are looking pretty good overall though. Oh, there's another one, 52. Let's throw those on the scale. I bet you this one comes out a little bit lighter. Yep, 7.99, so that is a little bit lighter. I really need to find a better calculator, a better way to do this on the screen. Anyway, 7.99 times 0.9 equals 7.19, and the calculation we use is 7.15, so that's higher than our normal. So pretty cool, huh? So far coming out ahead on this stuff by quite a bit. Alright, so that's pretty cool, right? So let's, that's a 64 that's been through something. Alright, so that's pretty cool. So why don't we do this? Why don't we just do a roll these times and see? So Roosevelts tend to be pretty good on their wear. They usually don't have a whole lot of wear. As we can see, they're usually pretty shiny. It's not like the Mercs. But why don't we go ahead? I'm going to tear this out just to make sure. Now this is only half of one of these other rolls. This is $5 instead of $10. So we'll be looking for half the weight that we were looking for before. These are supposed to weigh 3.575, I believe, is the number. But of course, I can't go 3 digits. So, but 3.575 is the 90%. We're looking at 100% right now. So let's do 4.01. Let's multiply that by 0.9. Yep, 3.61. So see, these even have more silver in them. Even the dimes do. So yeah, this guy is selling me some pretty good quality constitutional silver. No doubt about that. Okay, so I was just trying to see if I could find a better way to get a calculator on the screen, and I just can't seem to do it here with OBS. But I'll do some more research on that, because I'd really like to have a calculator on the screen instead of me having to flash that one on the screen that half the time does a face reveal on me. So anyway, so I don't think we need to keep weighing the constitutional silver. I think we've pretty much shown that it's coming out pretty well. So if I happen to open up a packet of Mercury's, I'll pull the calculator back out because I'd be interested in weighing those. So let's take a look at this next roll here. Sorry, I'm still working on this stuff over here. I should probably lift my camera up a little bit. If we push these over, we can get a little bit more room out of this. Alright, so got another roll of dimes here. Looks like they are Roosevelts. Trap them down here. Again, Roosevelts are almost always in really good shape. You'll get a few bad ones once in a while, but seems like they were not circulated very well. You know, people started hoarding them. It would have been pretty early. Back in 46, I think, was the first Roosevelt. So I think that would have been pretty early for people to, stop spending them. But they're in good shape. And here's our third roll. Oops, that's one behind. Third roll of rosies. So far we've got $65 out. Pretty nice, huh? Try to get these on the screen a little better. Alright. So then he said he had a miscellaneous packet for me. So he said he had $10 in just some different denomination. As you can see, he usually likes to sell them by the roll. But I told him a few months ago that if he has any partial stuff, bring it on. I will take it. So here I am counting the halves. These are all JFK 64s. So there's 4, 5, 6, 7. There's some Benjamins in here too. There's 4 Benjis. There's 8, 9, and 10. So if you remember, I said I had $7 in additional halves in the beginning of the video. So here's the other $7. So now we've got $10, $20, $27 in halves. Got some Benjis and get to dump some JFKs onto there. Need to take my my thumbnail still, so. Alright, boy, this is a lot of coinage, isn't it? Alright, so we also had $2 more of quarters, and look at these quarters. These quarters are in great shape. These definitely are of the calculation of EU. Look at these things. Wow. Alright, so we got another $2 in quarters. So what did we have before? We had $30, now we got $32. So we got 27 and 32. And you can see here we got some Mercuries. And if I had a roll, I'd weigh them, but there's only $1 worth. So we'll weigh the Mercuries on another day. I'm sure we'll get an opportunity to do that. So then what's that make it? We had $15 in dimes before, so that's $16. So that means we have $27 in halves, $32 in quarters, and $16 in dimes. That gives us $75. So we have $75 face here. Alright, so pretty cool, huh? Well, it is just some nice looking constitutional silver. And keep some of those halves in there. Pretty nice, huh? 1943 in there. Alright, pinch it back out, center it back up a little bit. So, what did I pay for these? Well, as you know, $75 face in constitutional silver is going to be a little bit of money. But again, got it for a fantastic deal. So, at the time I purchased it, I was talking about the spot today, but I bought it a few days ago, so spot was a little bit down at that point in time. And I can look that up because I do document it when I purchase it. So at the time I purchased it, I was able to get it for $3.03 below spot. Yep, $3.03 each ounce. So let's just calculate how many troy ounces of silver in there. We do that by going 75 times 0.715. Now we know there's more than that in here because we weighed it. But when I purchased this, and if you were to go to any of the online bullion dealers, you would see they use the same calculation. So by numbers, there's 53.63 ounces of silver here. And as we know, there's more. I'm certain there's more, but that's what we're going to go with, and that's what I'm tracking. So if we multiply that by 3.03, so got it $162.50 less than what we would have paid for spot. So if we would have paid spot, we would have paid $162.50 more. I don't know why I like to calculate that. I guess it just makes me feel a little bit better that to see how much we saved. But anyway, what do you guys think, huh? What a fantastic deal. This is some great stuff to stack. I love the constitutional silver. I think it's great fractional silver. I think it has value. I think it's highly recognized. You can get it for a great price. And you know what? If I ever do a silver to gold ratio trade, which I did talk to a local coin shop, they said they were definitely interested. If I want to bring down some silver to trade, they would do it. And so if I ever want to trade some silver, I don't want to trade my American Silver Eagles or the Geiger bars or the stuff I paid high premium for. I want to take stuff like this that I paid very low premium, in fact, no premium, getting these well below spot. So this is the kind of stuff I'd take in for a trade. Now, I'd have a little bit of a conflict with it because I love the constitutional silver, and I really think in an SHTF situation and some other situations, I really think that constitutional silver is going to be great to have around. So I would not want to get rid of, a lot of it, but I might. So what did we say earlier? This was about 53 ounces of silver. So let me double check that. Yeah, a little 53.63, so almost 54 ounces. So we'd have to kick in another, maybe, this much more to be enough for an ounce of gold. So, that'd be this plus this, so that's quite a bit. And so we'll see. We're just going to, see what happens. And right now the silver to gold ratio is not in my favor as far as I'm concerned, so we don't have that problem. But if it ever drops by 20, 30 points, it's definitely going to be something worth considering. And I want to be able to have some low-cost silver to be able to trade in that situation. So that's another one of the benefits of constitutional silver, in my humble opinion. Well, that's it for now. And why don't you check out these 2 videos that just popped up? Got some great content for you. And also, if you haven't subscribed, why don't you go ahead and do that as well. And make sure you hit that bell button to get notified next time I put out another video. And always remember, let's keep talking bullion.